going on.
Thank you so much.
Been like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Muhtadi. Mojo, we're going to start with Olympic gold medalist Sha'Carri Richardson. Of course, she was arrested back on July 27th at an airport in Seattle for domestic violence. Last week, Mojo, we showed you the actual incident, the surveillance video of Sha'Carri pushing Christian Coleman, her, by the way, superstar track sprinter himself, boyfriend, repeatedly over like a minute-plus period. Mojo, again, she was ultimately arrested. Now we have the police-worn body camera footage of that actual arrest going down, Mojo, and it was tense. Take a look.
Is there anything I need to know?
Who was talking to you? Was there someone talking to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Did
you talk to her? She been drinking?
So this is a position that Christian Coleman puts me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. I have no problem with letting you know who I am, having put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it. I'm under arrest right now? What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay.
You're under arrest for assault 14.
I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally was we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do it harder. Christian, are you serious right now?
So man, in Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely.
Within 4 hours,
we were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. I'm not a criminal.
I know you're not, but
I'm not a criminal. I had an argument with my boyfriend.
Can you take a seat in the car, please?
You know what? I'm not resisting y'all. I was in the car. This is crazy. Y'all not even listening to me. I do. You want me to take it off? It's not a weapon. Like, I'm not resisting.
Take a seat.
I had to argue with my boyfriend. Can y'all please just listen to me as a person? It's Sha'Carri.
You have to go ahead and.
This is crazy. Are you serious right now? Because I argue with my boyfriend.
A roller coaster of emotions there, Mojo. She goes from, I don't want anything to do with him anymore, to seemingly trying to plead with Christian to do something. Like the cop explained to Sha'Carri, though, hey, in the state, he doesn't have a say in this. We saw you on video pushing him, which we have, again, now seen ourselves, Mojo, and she was going. I mean, she was taking a ride no matter what Christian Coleman did, and obviously, ultimately, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, man, Babcock, I gotta say it, man. The person I feel the worst for in this entire situation is Christian.
Yes.
Oh, that's just a nightmare for him, right? In so many different levels. One, she put her hands on him. Yep. She's shoving him all over the place in public. They got it on security cam footage. He's doing his best to keep control of his emotions and not escalate the situation and just take it right on the chin. Then the cops take the situation out of either of their hands, puts his girlfriend in cuffs. I mean, what do you think's going through his mind at that point? Right. Do I step in here? Do I try to get involved? If I do, now I'm going to be arrested for getting hit previously. It's making this entire situation worse. It's just an ethical dilemma on so many different levels. Sha'Carri, obviously, I don't want to say she's mouthing off to the cops. She's not at all. She's pleading her case. Yeah. Obviously, it didn't get her anywhere. She ended up with the same end result. But still, at the end of the day, this is not a good day for Christian. Yeah, to Sha'Carri's point, she wasn't resisting arrest. You got to think if you're going to be arrested, a lot of people are probably going to try to plead their case. You never know. Again, we've talked about this before, Babcock. In the era of body cam footage, I think celebrities need to, and just about anybody at this point, but particularly celebrities, need to understand that when a cop says you're going to prison, you're going to prison.
Yeah, Mojo, the time to worry about not getting arrested is before you start putting your hands on other people. And there was no hope for her at that point. Again, she was taking that ride once that happened. It didn't matter what Christian Coleman said. Now, obviously, in the video there, she clearly is very upset with Christian, and she tells him as much. She says, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Well, some time's passed, Mojo, and she has seemingly had a change of heart because Sha'Carri Richardson on social media, she gave somewhat of an apology, Mojo, a pseudo-apology, but she also sent a message to Christian. Take a look.
Hey, y'all, it's Sha'Carri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart, in my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more. And so my only thing is I want to be more, not even just for myself, for my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to run away. But not refuse to run, but I refuse to run away, but face everything that comes to me head on, because everything on the other side is greater, but you gotta go through in order to get there. So I'm Sha'Carri, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and one love, much love, and y'all be blessed.
Everyone talking about Taylor Swift's New Heights podcast debut. Patrick Mahomes says he FaceTimed the pop superstar after she filmed the episode. We'll hear from the Chiefs quarterback next on TMZ Sports.
As a fan of that guy on the Chiefs, he has 19 wins, 2 AFC titles, and a Super Bowl. 92 percenters! Are you ready for it? Making your podcasting debut, the most aggressive guest in the history of shows, Taylor Swift!
That intro, Jason! Oh my God!
I've seen this before.
No,
He's
look,
about to
his
black
soul
out.
has left his body.
I'm cramping. I'm cramping.
No, that was so good. Thank
seen this
you.
before.
I tried, Tay.
Thank you for screaming for like 47 seconds for that was so nice. That was so sweet.
Tay, welcome to New Heights.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on my favorite podcast. As we all know, you guys have a lot of male sports fans that listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
And I think we all know that if there's one thing that male sports fans want to see in their spaces and on their screens, it's more of me.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. That was a legitimately funny joke, Mojo, by Taylor Swift. Of course, poking fun, having fun with the incessant showing of her at the NFL games. Of course, she goes to watch her boyfriend Travis play football, and I think half the game is spent showing her in the luxury suite, Mojo. And the fans love it, or a lot of the fans love it. Of course, she's having some fun there with them. Now, Mojo, we are taping this right before the podcast drops. It has since dropped if you are watching this. And it's the episode that so many fans, millions and millions of people literally, have been waiting for so long. I think since they debuted, Travis and Jason debuted this podcast, Mojo, they wanted Taylor Swift to be a guest. There's been expectations that it was going to happen in the past. It never did, of course, until now. And she really announces the big 12th studio album, and they get into a whole bunch of other things. And the fans are just eating this up, Mojo. Now, we might not have known this was going to happen, but there is somebody who did know it was going to happen, and that was Patrick Mahomes. Of course, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, not just close teammates, but also close friends. Today, at practice, Mojo, training camp, of course, underway, Pat Mahomes asked about the big podcast appearance. Take a look.
I knew before y'all did, just because they called me after the podcast was done. They didn't call me, they called Brittany, and then I was like in the back of the FaceTime, but I knew that I'm obviously super excited. Just knowing Taylor and seeing the process from just a little bit closer of how she makes the albums, it's gonna be amazing because how much work she puts into it, and what better place to announce it than the New Heights podcast, where I feel like she can be herself and showcase who she is. And I think people are going to be really excited to watch it tonight.
I never thought Patrick Mahomes would be up there talking about Taylor Swift's music mojo and our album-making process at training camp.
What else would you expect them to talk about at training camp, Babcock? We got to ask them something different. Hey, Patrick Mahomes, how do you feel about going to the Super Bowl again this year? We've gotten that interview way too many years in a row. Let's mix it up. It's getting boring. People are getting tired of the Kansas City Chiefs right now, especially after that disastrous Super Bowl. So let's get off the gridiron for just a second here and talk about something else. I love that podcast interview, Babcock. That was very, very funny to me. Made me laugh literally out loud. Look, everyone keeps talking about how good that relationship is for Travis Kelce, right? Yeah. Oh, Travis Kelce's gained so much out of the relationship. Let's flip the script on this one. Let's talk about how great that relationship has been for T Swift. Yeah. Obviously, she's a megastar. Obviously, she has more money than she could spend in 100 lifetimes. But what is one demo that she is very light in? She said it. The male sports demo. Those people aren't necessarily lining up for Swiftie concerts there, Babcock. So how do you confront it? Maybe a little self-deprecation, making some jokes at your expense, but inserting yourself into that audience in a way that doesn't get you booed at football games because they cut to you 40 times a game when you're trying to watch the game. This is where it's done, right here, having some fun on a podcast, the jokes. And I think she's getting a lot of this. This is a fan base that has been pretty much untouched for her, and it's just making her a more well-rounded entertainer. So, I mean, there's a lot of benefits for T Swift here for this relationship. So everybody needs to lay off.
Sylvester Stallone still mourning the loss of Hulk Hogan. Sly tells us how the Hulkster was in a class of his own in Rocky III when TMZ Sports comes back right after this.
It was a tremendous shock. It was a blow to my heart.
The legacy of Hulk Hogan.
He was a wrestling star. He was a movie star.
The stories you've never heard.
We tried to camouflage it.
From those who knew him best.
I really miss him. I mean, if I dwell on it, I can get really, really sad.
TMZ presents The Real Hulk Hogan. Stream on Hulu now.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Of course, Mojo, there it was. TMZ Presents The Real Hulk Hogan aired last night on Fox in prime time. The show now, if you didn't have a chance to miss it or you want to rewatch it, you check it out on Hulu. It is streaming on the platform right now. And I think in a show full of really compelling interviews, one of my favorite people to hear from was Sylvester Stallone. Just because Sly Stallone, of course, you talk about action movie stars, Mojo. I mean, he is literally at the tippy top of that list of greats that have come and acted in Hollywood. And obviously so was Hulk Hogan. And these two forces, as you all know, met up in 1982 and taped Rocky III. And Hulk's spot on the movie, Mojo, it might have been short in duration, in length, but he really was an iconic part of that movie. Of course, there he is, Thunder Lips. It was great to hear Sly talk about his time back then with Hulk and the way they maintained that friendship then for like 4 or 5 decades after they wrapped the movie. Here was the great Sylvester Stallone.
When I first saw him, I said, there's certain people that have a light. There's a glow. They just have it. When he was playing the character of Thunder Lips, he hadn't quite got his act together. He hadn't gotten his voice, his presentation. What you're seeing there is the really young Hulk Hogan at the very inception of his career as an actor and, of course, a superstar in wrestling. I don't think I was ever injured, which is amazing because when people say, oh, wrestling's not real, gravity is real. You have a guy 300 pounds landed on you, but he's breaking the fall. So he's actually hurting himself to protect you. And that's what a lot of people don't see. And I realized he was so incredibly concerned about my welfare and not his own. There'll never be another guy like him. Hulk was in a class of his own.
You know what? To the part it's all great, but I like the best is that he wasn't really even Hulk Hogan yet. He was kind of still figuring out how he was going to talk, what he was going to do, and you can almost see it forming in real time now as you watch Rocky III. I thought that was a pretty cool story.
Yeah, man, I kind of got chills watching that, to be honest with you, Babcock. I mean, as a pro wrestler myself, Sylvester Stallone, he never wrestled before. He's an outsider, but man, did he kind of sum up the teamwork aspect of the business very eloquently. I mean, I think he really did a testament not only to Hulk, but the entire industry with that one. So very appreciative of that right there. But, oh, man, Babcock, this special was nuts. I got to see it finally. And, it was really awesome to see. I think a lot of testimonies on that special were just really touching. I mean, Mark Henry speaking very honestly. Of course, it was wild to hear from Vince McMahon. We've already talked extensively about how much of a get that was. That man never does interviews. You got Goldberg, you got Mick Foley, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. I mean, you had everybody on this thing, and you guys went through his entire life. So it was really, really cool to watch. But yeah, Sylvester Stallone, what a testament, what a review by him. Was really, really cool to see.
Aaron Rodgers compares his new helmet to a spaceship, while Michael Phelps gets in the pool with the Baltimore Ravens. We're headed to summer camp, NFL style, when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this.
You had talked, I think it was a mini camp, about the helmet. You didn't like what you had?
Yeah, I still don't like it.
Did you find? Yeah,
no, I don't like it. No, I'm trying to change. We're in the process still. Looks like a damn spaceship out there. I gotta change it. The face mask doesn't fit the helmet because it's an old face mask, obviously, just like I'm old. But we're trying to find the right helmet right now.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, it's time for a little TMZ Sports NFL Summer Camp edition. It's the dog days of summer out there, and it's that for the football players, Mojo. Of course, veterans like Aaron Rodgers, who have been through a million of these NFL training camps. I guess this one a little bit different, though, for Aaron this time, Mojo, not just because he is in a new city, Pittsburgh, but he has a new hat on that he's wearing. So, Mojo, the helmet that Aaron has worn for his career is no longer allowed. The NFL has said that it is not safe enough, and obviously they want to protect these guys' heads. There is the old one. And he calls the new one, Mojo, which is significantly bigger. He calls it a spaceship. He's going to have, gosh, look how big that thing looks, Mojo. A helmet matters a lot, especially when you're a quarterback. And can you see good? Is it uncomfortable? What's the mobility like? It's not as easy throwing with the helmet than it is throwing without a helmet, Mojo. But Aaron Rodgers is going to have to figure out a way to deal with it because NFL says the rules are the rules, and they're not making an exception, even for the four-time NFL MVP.
Babcock, these helmets are getting bigger and bigger. Pretty soon we're going to have these guys out there running around inside of a knocker ball, those big inflatable
I know.
collision balls. That's what we're going to get to. But hey, I get it, all right? I know it sucks. The helmet's big. It's ugly as hell.
Yeah.
Whatever. You definitely got to rethink your face mask from an aesthetic standpoint, at least, because right now, with the size of that helmet and that face mask, he's almost looking like those old school kickers and punters with the single bar across the front. But this is to protect the guys, right?
Yeah.
And the players might not love it at first, and they might push back. But if at the end of the day, it's leading to less concussions, maybe they weigh less, there's more padding, like whatever. As long as you're getting less banged up, you're just going to have to eat it. It's going to become the norm. I mean, look at the practice tapes, right? With the big caps on top of the helmets. Those things are as ugly as it gets. And, man, they're weird. I never had to play with those, so I can't even talk about this firsthand. But I mean, if they're going to mandate putting those on, who knows what's coming next after that.
We'll stay in the AFC North. We'll move on to one of the Steelers' rivals, the Baltimore Ravens. You remember recently, Mojo, we were talking about Michael Phelps, a 23-time gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist. He said that he would train the Ravens players. He's a Ravens fan. He said he would train them in the swimming pool. They've got this new pool, and they're like, hey, Michael, we need help. We need some swimming lessons. Well, the dude kept his word This all went down yesterday, Mojo, in Baltimore. I love it. Watch this.
He goes, yeah, I mean, I'm from New York. I don't need to know how to swim. But if Michael come, I'll learn. I'm like, that's not really a good reason to learn, but that's a good enough reason.
Thank you again for taking this step with us today, and let's have some fun. Let's get in the water and let's learn how to swim.
Barely touching, barely having to use that. Come on, man. There you go. There you go.
Well, he's got too many gold medals to be given swimming lessons, but I love it, Mojo. And he almost beat the guys, too, even with that head start.
Yeah, dude, this is great. I'm not gonna lie, Babcock. That was very informative. Because I do the big strokes, Babcock.
Yeah.
I didn't know the little stroke was where it's at. I've never been a professional swimmer, but that right there is the best part of this. Big guy with a little noodle. That's that's what I'm here for, Babcock. Big guys with little noodles. Not sure if that's making a difference for that gentleman. He's rather large, but hey, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, maybe give him like 2 or 3 or 10, Mojo. But yeah, I mean, he was floating. He was doing good. All right, we got to go, Mojo. We are out of time. I think they should make this into a weekly series, though, and keep sending video. We got to go. We are out of time. We got a great show tomorrow, though, Mojo. It's going to be great.
That's right. The new weekly series entitled Big Guys with Little Noodles. We'll see you tomorrow where it'll be the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.